from Egypt by Samantha Garcia and Claudia Gonzalez.
The story of Exodus is an age-old story and is a vital part of the Abrahamic religions, including Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. The story follows Moses, a prophet of God, alongside the Israelites, who are God's chosen people. Pharaoh is the main villain in this story, as him and his empire wish to destroy the Hebrews, but luckily God shows his people mercy.
Centuries ago, the Pharaoh called for the mistreatment of Israelites as he was threatened by the idea of their overpopulation in Egypt. Pharaoh took the Jewish people into slavery, forcing them to work endlessly, and it was taboo or looked down upon if anyone were to question his behavior towards the Israelites.
The infant mortality rate for the Jewish babies, or how many children passed away before their first birthday, was very high due to Pharaoh's policy of killing any male Jewish baby born in Egypt. Moses' mother knew about this brutal policy, so she hid Moses inside a basket and placed him in the Nile River so he could hopefully thrive somewhere else.
As Moses grows up and rediscovers his Hebrew roots, God gives him with a revelation in the form of a burning bush. God calls upon Moses to lead his chosen people, the Israelites, out of Egypt into the Promised Land, a land full of beneficial pull factors and peace for the Hebrews.
Moses tells his people the news, urging them to escape from the Pharaoh's negative, xenophobic, and ethnocentric ways. He explains how the Pharaoh is polytheistic, believing in multiple gods, but the Jewish people are the opposite, being monotheistic and believing in only one God.
Moses had proclaimed to the Hebrew slaves that God had promised a land of freedom, protection, and purpose. Moses convinced the Israelites to leave to the arid desert by presenting the centripetal forces of seeking asylum in an ethnocentric free land, rather than the centrifugal forces present in Egypt.
The Israelites began their transnational migration, moving outside of Egypt's borders by escaping the ethnic cleansing present in Egypt for centuries. As the Egyptians came closer to the attack, Moses used his divine staff to separate the Red Sea and make a path for crossing.
As the Pharaoh Ramses II continues to impede the escape of the Israelites, God demands that he release the Hebrews to worship him. However, the Pharaoh only allows the crossing after God unleashes the 10th plague that involved the death of his firstborn son. Finally, their migration leads them to venture into the Fertile Crescent to the arid desert.